a selfish society we live in. Very shallow society we live in. And it clearly shows in what shows in your music videos, what you guys see on TV, what you see in most of your most famous actors now in South Africa alone. Half of them have big booties and small waists. Like, if you can show me somebody who can show me either a good artist or a good South African without having to look at their image, I'm going to hit the women for once. We have extremely talented actors in South Africa, but she's not looked at past her body. It's always, have you ever heard of my chance? Oh, I watch, this because, bonili bodiga. Or I watch this because, bonili bodiga. Everything is
yo, man. There's this one for man before. I love this thing. Like, gee, Molona, there's this one. Kanjuban. Who's this guy? The Thrift. Or Frisnix.
Oh.
I personally, I love, every time I like Nzoti, Nyailona,
I personally don't believe in the government thing. That guy's voice. Even was
gee. But we don't have war and thing is, if I reading, guys. Wait. Like with the TikTok ish, before we get in, man. I've learned how our people are. I see Twitter, and thing is, but with TikTok, you now it's okay. It's like knowing in. It's like, how the government uses already by us. It's okay. And thing is, so it's like now you can control them. And then also coming to the one, the one with friends and thing is, I don't want to mention names and thing is, you get me. You got people, and those are typical people mostly. More me with ladies and thing is, you get me. They'll always ask you, we are smash and thing is. So it gave me this thing with tea. I've made peace now with it. I've made peace with tea. Out of 100%, I feel like 95% of most men are like them, and the 5% iwa machitalawa angahlala ngamachir
because they're mature.
Without, you get me? Cause
they're
you
mature.
even get married people, bro. Ushatile une-family yonke mara ukuthi mina maybe akutsho ukuthi wangaba phepsi ushatile lo muntu lo. I'm expecting ukuthi wena you need to teach me because already you're married.
Now the only thing that married people teach me is to enjoy my freedom while it lasts. That's all they tell me.
Exactly. Even my squeezer, she always say that so maybe I'm wanting a spouse and things. She's like, no man, don't be too much on yourself. Enjoy the moment. If the right one comes, she'll come. You get me? But ungazi pity because I love beating myself a lot.
It comes with how your personality. Sorry, I think with that also it's about your personality, because you can't. For instance, me, I'm always indoors, so I wouldn't mind having a spouse because I'm not a worldly person. And to be
honest, I hate how married people do that. It's how they say, "Oh my God, enjoy it while it lasts." It's ridiculous. People are actually enjoying their freedom with their partners right now. Half of the people would tell you, it's like a relationship advice as well. People would tell you, no, if you do things a certain way, there's just different outcomes. You guys forget you're individuals, but okay.
I think the freedom that they speak about is the things that Kihu used to do at his own time.
Understood.
Those are the things taking the dishes to the sink at your own time. Now you can't. You got someone telling you to. You're messing up the house.
But that's not really. That's why I'm like, why do you have to think about your wife like that? There are literally some people who don't live in a household.
When you're married to the wrong person.
Wait a minute. Thank you. Not even married to the wrong person. That's why I'm telling you, Guti. You cannot speak upon a marriage you are not in. Or number two, you are not that person. So where now you might have a wife who screams at you at home because you're used to it. Some guys would actually tell you, Guti, bro, I actually miss my wife screaming ekishini angrasela ngezitsha ngiphakame. It's things that he had taken ngoba even somebody said it, pick your train wreck and run on the tracks with it, because that's your train, you caught it angithi. So run with the train. So that's
struggle.
Thank you. That's what I'm telling people. It's the same thing I'll say from episode 2 up until 33. When you're in a relationship, you are there by yourself. Imagine it like
You
God.
know what you were
Thank
getting
you.
yourself into.
So you can't just stand there now and because you're in a shitty marriage, everybody else must think of themselves as in a bad marriage. No, you're in a bad marriage.
I also hate
you are
that
in
thing
the marriage they took your freedom in. There are people traveling together right now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you, there's no such thing.
A topic starts to say,
Marry your best
would
friend,
you-
bro.
would
And
you
stop
want to
telling us
get
things.
married?
Marry your best friend, yes.
Dog, I just feel like
Thank you.
marriage is overrated, man. And I'm like,
What?
dog, nah,
For you.
You.
For when a pro, hey.
For
As your
you.
family enthusiast.
Thank you. I'm tired of
Woo!
being in the streets,
you
bro.
know how
There's nothing
you
here.
know how I like yo. Yabona when it comes to family, like yo, yabona manje ne if like I was saying, even this is like, gee, all of the things like our parents must parentile the best, and us we are bettering. Even my kids. My kids, they're gonna see some things and they're like, you get me? Because we always wanna create like better families. That's how enthusiastic I am and things. So when
about it.
because you even hear people who say "Safunukshata" in this era, I'm like,
Yes,
no.
in this era.
Because you made it a norm, so I'm not a norm.
Yo,
That's one
'cause-
thing they must understand. If you are normal and you wanna be the society, us.
Yes,
We
because
always-
they were like, yeah, you at some point you're gonna have to succumb to what's this, a polygamous lifestyle because we don't have monogamy to support marriages anymore.
Or maybe
which is ridiculous.
or they're
for
gonna
me.
say, we get married, but no one. I'm
no
like,
one,
no,
which
man,
is
you're creating that for yourself.
ridiculous.
Like, I can be faithful, but no, I'm like, give me corner, I'm gonna do it. But Mara, uzogienze.
See, this is the problem
Yo,
now,
gee.
right? This is what happens when people generalize, man. I've done that. I've said this so many
So you think
times.
like-
The moment you run with a group, you guys feel safe because there's 5-6 of you now, right? But it's not true. There are some men who are different than you, and you get some cocky men who sit there and go, Mara, there's gonna be a time, or there's gonna be a time he's gonna. No, guys, you might not feel like you're a different gent, but there are different gents out there who are actually raised well. We're not saying that you're less of a man or you weren't raised well for considering yourself someone who's philanderous and not monogamous. We don't blame you for that, but don't make your decisions a reflection of someone else's relationship. It's your decisions. You decided to take that decision to cheat on your wife. You decided to extend that and make it a polygamous marriage. So why are we now suffering the bare brunt of men who want to be lazy in their marriages? If you want to be a lazy man, go get another woman. I guess one so you can grow your women properly. But now it's just become a war. It's a war between men getting to have their temptation against women who can't have it the same way. Like, men cannot do a push and pull method. If you tell a man, Uguti, can I get another husband? Oh my God, it's a topic. But the moment he's allowed to have another wife, oh no, it's culture. It's what's happened before. Why are we not allowed to mold out of that? We're growing in a 21st century of the changeables, as FNP likes to say it. We're in a changeable environment. Why are we still sitting on a norm or a society back then
also, sorry.
expecting people to be happy with that shit? I'm
And
sorry.
also to add
no.
on that,
No,
guys,
no.
marriage is God's gift.
Sacred, by
Where
the way.
there's family, the country gets better. Because people, they take example from mama families. That's why mostly they like, that's why if you get like mostly if you are married, temptations are worse. As much as manje we are jola, when you get married, those guys are gonna shell you like never before. Ngati, you get me? Even when you're a man. But I say, and they just now. You get me? But we're proving that we are not there.
Hey,
we were
hey,
just
hey.
drooling, tickling the
Mr.
cough.
Collar, Mr. Collar, Mr. Collar. Mr. Collar.
Abu shiny. I hear. Ish guys, yeah, a lot of people have been asking me, I'm like, ish guys, sorry, I'm still having some issue with the laptop and things because the box. Hey guys, the behind the scenes of the ish. It's like, yo man, we need a team, guys. Not to if we're gonna no, I wait and things, but yeah, we're not there, guys. I wanna talk about the Bunda Diaries, guys. Bunda Diaries is relocating, man. Like I think I wanna do it on. I wanna put it on like a different, on like a channel. I'm opening a channel, a new one, which is in McBunda. And thing is, cause like with the Bunda fame, I feel like now I want to just commercialize it. This is my business, so I don't want to be posting myself at the same time. Gonna lazy into like, for me, it's kind of like
It's not the one.
You get me? It's either like now we're gonna be posting like content, like legit content. So later on, yeah, I mean, like I feel like it's gonna be. You get me? So obviously, Punda Tyrus, I'm telling you all my stories, and that one is gonna be longer, cause also I don't wanna steal the podcast time. And thing is, young Ton, because like now how we started, but the reviews, and then now we have to come again, because sometimes it would like drag and thing is. So guys, I just want to tell you, Guti, like you can go to like McBunda there and subscribe to the new channel and thing is, and then sihlanye khona lapaya, see the craziness, see me naked, but I won't be naked. It's selling, yo, it's selling. How? Obviously. And thing is, so guys, I want to come to the naked church thing. I don't know if you all heard about the naked church, people who are going to church but naked, like nudists. You see the McG vibe, those people who came to
Naturalists and all those
yeah.
all those
So
people.
now there's a church. But in a Limpopo corner, like Guyana side, where people they go. Cause my mom was telling me, so my mom is like a joy lang lazy to this. Young so I was like she was so
If
dramatic.
you think about it,
Traditional.
those people are better than us if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because the reason why we're wearing clothes is to avoid sin. And then when they go to church, banjalo. Which is how Adam and Eve started. You understand?
You can't say better.
Nah.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I wanted a better word.
Okay.
you can't say better.
No,
You can't say better, and I'm not bashing them at all for what they're doing.
Yeah.
Absolute.
It's their
As long as you feel comfortable within doing it, as long as it's the bounds of whatever you feel, then do it. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot now castrate us who go to church dressed now.
Okay.
As much as humans can be vile, you get people that wear masks, but you have people who are dressed and still wear a mask. You know what I'm saying? We can't judge someone on what they wear and what they choose not to wear. We judge you on what you give us, how you decide to act. You know what I'm saying? That's a reflection
talking
of your
about judging
character.
today.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We're going to be talking about judgment. So you cannot place some, like, it's as if we look at them, right? We can't judge them because they don't have clothes on. But at the same time, people will come at it for not being the norm, right? Because you have snakes in church wearing fully clothed, you know. But actually, there's a church fit and
We
outfit.
hide.
Church
We hide
There's a
these
church
clothes.
fit and outfit.
Another thing I want to ask is, do you think the fact that the rest of the world is not nude, they are not nudists and naturalists, do you think we are, is it victims or what, of not being comfortable with our bodies?
No, sir.
Do you think the fact can you, let me ask you something. I'm gonna ask you.
Say it.
Are you happy with what God gave you in terms of body parts and everything?
Okay, so with me, with that question now,
I want an S.
with me, nah, as there's so many things that I would absolutely change for my body.
For your
But
body.
nah, but I am very content with how I was created. Nah, there's
Content.
there's a word called content and wanting.
Wanting.
So sometimes you realize you can't have what you want, and I refuse to plastic my body, but I don't come against women or castrate women that
fine.
choose
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. No.
It's fine.
You choose to do that because you feel comfortable with changing yourself. You feel better. Do it by all means. But for me, like you said, Uguti, do you feel that nudists have a more comfortable way of living than those who are dressed? No. I still feel that you choose what you want to do. I feel more comfortable with a blazer on. I feel more comfortable with a bra on. There's friends of mine, Zuzu, that don't wear bras, okay? And her boobs are manjojozi. I have a 36 double D. There's no way. I cannot not wear bras. It's just physically impossible. So there's things I feel comfortable wearing because my body feels comfortable. But, yeah. That's all I can say to your question.
Before Bunda responds, I want him to also answer the question.
Yeah, I want to answer that one.
I wanna, it's a follow-up question. I want you to also answer it, right? The fact that you are content with what God gave you,
Yes.
and you there are things that you would love to change about yourself, but you can't. Then, do you think those things you are not happy about?
Okay.
It's because of what society says or media tells you that you have to look a certain way. You have to, you have a certain certain hair, certain
Okay, here's
buttocks
the
and all those
issue.
things.
Firstly, Yeah, I love my body, bro. Every time after bathing, I would take like 10 minutes. You get me? Just like thinking, ayo, ayo, wow. But coming on the reason why you like no issue with is because of society. Firstly, obviously with me, bro, me I grew up not loving myself. You get me?
Fuck yeah.
I even worked hard to have this confidence that I have right now. You get me? Cause growing up, say okay, I'll start with primary. And thing is, growing up, I had skew teeth. You get me? I don't know if you know there was this show, Mazinho Thought Q.
Mazinho.
Yeah.
Mazinho Thought Q.
Bro.
Every day,
Like,
getting that.
I used to hate school. I feel like sometimes also the other hate is besides the education one is because the umbis at all like I have something greater than that thing you are trying to give me. You get me? So like you see that I would ask myself, I'm like, God, why did you do me like this? I remember even asking my dad. I'm like, if because I was angry, I was tired. And one thing I knew about me, the only thing I had to do and just bang your head on the issues, but I didn't want to do that because already
Not the issues podcast.
I was causing more trouble. Like I was a troublemaker growing up, so already I knew about what's value and so on. You get me? So I went to like learn this one Rivali. Now came Shangani. Now I'm like, gee, like, and I'm like firstborn. I have no one to run to. I had no one to run to. High school. I remember this other girl, bro. Like, this is the society. I'm going to TV actually, you must have straight teeth. What if my clan were like this? And it's not a mistake that I'm so. Unkulunkulu knew me before I was born.
Yeah,
he knew I was going to be looking like this. When I look at Abo Kokoam, Abo Kokobam, most of my Kian, like you see, if they're not straight, you get me? You can look at my dad. They're like, and they did say good in your Tolama praises. But when they told me that, I think I was now in high school, I was like, no, man, I'm an outie. Why should I like sing Funuguba Moshe and thing is? And already I do hear some hands like, you know, when Hans started telling me that, oh man, you know, you're so adorable and thing is, and I was like, you get me? But more people started saying that, and you would get people that say, no, bro, continue smiling. You know, when you smile, like you give me this warm thing, and Marasti being a fool, you get me? And then I had people talking about my dad, but yo, yes, Baba Konje Ugumbo, it's like, you get me? And how he is, nani. And I was like, yes, actually, abantu. Like, it's not a mistake. And then I had to work on that and work on that. And let me tell you something. I also thank those people who bashed me and did, because I think I was not going to be the way I am. If in Kulevele, nani. Because, like, right now, bro, I can, like, do anything. Like, I'm not scared anymore. Young toilet. Whatever and whatever. I'm like, okay, you just normal. Because I was tired doing.
If you think about it, those people that grew up with that thing of she's perfect, she's beautiful, where are they right now? That thing got them into their you know there's a thing on TikTok that yo nyabonga ngikhule movie bheka manje sebayangifuna bonke, and that's a reality talk.
Oh yeah,
it's a reality. So, I'm not saying girls that grew up beautiful, there's something wrong with them.
Movie, guys.
That's another thing. You understand? My point, Senele, my point that I wanted to bring across is what you said, that there's a reason why Uganje. You understand? Yeah. When they created you to be like that.
They created us, yeah.
Wow. when they created you to be in a certain way. Yeah. There was no mistake.
Exactly.
It's God's image.
It's your clan.
You understand? So I'm not judging a woman that goes, or a person that goes alters their face or whatever. All I'm saying, I feel like you are saying to God, I don't like your image, I'm changing it. Because society says I have to have such lips, such teeth. Dog, I don't understand. Like when someone, Nelejah, please tell me. When someone says, I have small lips, I want to have big lips, and then ahamba iwapompa, like,
What goes through their heads? Nah. Do you know the selfish society we live in? Very shallow society we live in. And it clearly shows in what shows in your music videos, what you guys see on TV, what you see in most of your most famous actors now in South Africa alone. Half of them have big booties and small waists. Like, if you can show me somebody who can show me either a good artist or a good South African without having to look at their image, I'm going to hit the women for once. We have extremely talented actors in South Africa, but she's not looked at past her body. It's always, have you ever heard of my chance? Oh, I watch, this because, bonili podiga. Or I watch this because, bonili podiga. You hear people like yourself, you know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. What annoys me the most is that you would sit with me and we'd watch a TV show or something, and the moment you look at it, it's like, oh, bro, did you see the lights? Or did you see this? Or did you see that? When I'm sitting with a group and a cluster of people, it's immediately as to, oh my God, her ass. Oh my God, her waist. And it's never how great these actors actually portray the story the director wrote. It makes me so mad, because even when you go on their Instagram pages,
it's all
you see is sex. That's all I'm going to say. And it's not all the actors. It's not all artists. No, I'm not coming at anybody. All of your music is amazing, and everybody who does acting, you're doing what you love, and that's why you're famous for it. But I hate the people that now ask us who are not happy with our bodies why we are not happy with our bodies, and the things that we would change. Man, we've lived in a society since I've been young. All I've seen on your music videos from people we follow, small waists and a big ass and perky breasts that stand. So once you give girls, I'm gonna say girls because I'm a woman, I'm a girl, I'm a woman. I can't speak on a man's perspective, but once you look at us girls, the moment we have a mirror, an image, nase my high school guys, all of a sudden I'm glowing. Why did you even have to emphasize that you are getting more attention because now you're looked at as clean or Number one, like you said, God, we were created for izatula. We have certain things that we are to be loved for. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, Guti. For people that are sitting there going, oh my God, I'm not going to find somebody who's going to love me. My man, there are people here half this, like twice the size of their partners, but their partners love them just the same. You just have to find somebody who's not looking at your physical appearance. Hence why I called men weak the other day. You cannot, you're weak. You cannot come to me as a man and say, oh no, now I'm not allowed to be a man and actually be, enticed by breasts, enticed by thighs. My man, you can be enticed. You can want to. But the moment you act on that thigh, that touching it inappropriately or going after it inappropriately or disrespecting a woman because of her body, yes, then you are weak. If you're a man that can find a woman attractive past umzimba wake, it means you have looked past that. You're looking into her mind, and now you're seeing what's going to craft your kids. Breasts and thighs are not going to raise your children. They are not going to raise your children. To build a home, guys, breasts and thighs are not going to do it. People are like, oh, but then you breastfeed a child. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about a child looking at you and going, Mama, some kid at school called me Mobi. You must look at your child and be able to build up that image they broke. That's what I mean. You're not going to be able to do that with a slave. You're not going to be able to do that with a woman who loves the 7K on her head, Danda head, who wants a moe every weekend. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. No. Your wife can be beautiful. She can love Mama. She can love that fake hair. She can love it. But that's not who she is. That's what she put on to enhance her beauty. If that's who she becomes and that's who she chooses to be, then your children are very much going to be in a broken family with a mom who'd rather look pretty than not make her children feel.
And to add on that, look, at the end of the day, bro, we men. For example, you can dress and thing is sometimes nice chilled is chilled. You can, for example, I'll make an example now because some to keep my cleavage.
God gave them to me now.
Yeah. So let's say, for example, you come everything, you get me. We men, you compliment her every time, you get me. But it's not so every time, and thing is, you get me.
You see what I mean?
We see a lot of women say,
No, I'm thinking of what Steve Harvey once said to women. She's like, problem with women, you are trying to change things that won't change. You can't change men. Men will always be
we
men.
Animals, bro. We animals.
No. We're
you
not
can
trying
change
to
their
change
way
you.
of thinking and their mentality.
Can I finish my point?
Yes, sir.
Can I finish my point? So mostly, siabona. It's for example, see, oh wow, Puma fast.
Thank you.
You get me? Discipline yourself. That's where discipline enters.
Oh, that word.
You get me? That's where discipline enters. Every day we face temptation every day.
Yeah.
But it's your choice at the end of the day, Guti.
We are on earth.
It's what I was saying, Guti. intombazane ingakhulumulele and thing is, you get me. But as much as uzovukelwa vele, mara it's your choice ukuthi ngiyambamba, ngiyamgreba, ngiyamsondeza la. It's still your choice. Because uyacabanga. Because even when you're busy there, let's say for example you're busy, you babes. It doesn't mean you're not thinking about your girl. It's just that when you're just enjoying that moment, but you are thinking what I'm doing, it's not legit. And I'm gonna hide it because of what you've lost your discipline.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I should speak about this because it's a thing, and I feel like men should start speaking about it. Your I want a proper word, English word, but I'm just gonna say it.
Just say
your private part, right?
That's why it's called a private
part, right? Men have insecurities about that.
True.
If you go around and ask a man, "Are you happy with your size, sir?" They won't say. You won't get an immediate response to say, "Yes, I am." You won't. 50% of the time you're going to ask, it's gonna be, yeah.
It goes back to the
they're gonna say, "Yo, as long as my girlfriend is happy, as long as the girls come back." You understand? So I'm gonna make an example.
Okay.
When you are a teenager,
early
years of teenagehood, you're gonna there's certain things you realize about your body and everything, and then girls, right, at a later stage of your teenagehood or middle, they tell you, nah, big private parts do the thing and all those things. But until you yourself experience it and realize it's actually not about the size.
Thank you, sir.
You understand? It's about how you utilize.
Okay. They've said this a million times. Girls have said it actually. It's not about the size, my gents. It's how you use the tool.
It's like how we shoot the podcast.
Yes. Yeah, you can have an apple, but if you can't use it,
you use what you have. You understand?
You.
So now, if you like, dog, us men and women are shitty. Both of us are shitty.
Thank
if you. Think about it.
Thank you.
If you want a woman to disgrace a man, about his private
manhood.
His manhood. That's how you degrade a man.
And even though the man knows good, like I don't know how does it get to, like I don't know.
You know what it is? Men are very strong mentally, right? Especially with your insecurities. You guys don't. You're better. I don't want to say stronger than us, but you're better at handling it. Us women, we're very much easy. Your man, we're executioners now. Come at me, I'll come at you. So the I feel like women that attack men like that, and especially men that would also attack women in turn, because there's many taxi drivers and there's many guys that turn on us when we say no to them. But okay, like
bro, you know I hate those guys. You know, like G, you know when someone pumps me. Your happiness comes first, I understand.
Yes,
and you know sometimes ungasho like, oh yeah, everyone is ubayang lona. Siyapampiswa mashini sikhalela lapho. Siyapampiswa nathi ukuthi uyashela and thing is mara abangipampisanga recently. Yeah.
So Mauzo Tola, like women that would come at you with that little they have, because I say men, I say women. I feel like if you're going to be as shallow as you trying to break someone, then what you're trying, like, how do I say this in a way where people can understand it? You can't take the weakest part of someone and then break that down and then call yourself strong or call yourself a triumph. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with men that will go, you know very well what she's going to be thinking about that later on, because you couldn't damage her with whatever she tried to do to you. You must now break them further.
It's what happened to Chris Excel. I don't know if last time he was trading and then some other hand keeper. Said and then what he said was the A plus he said something about his status, but nah, come on. Like, see, because he was defeated, so he had nothing to say anymore. And thing is,
that's what I'm saying. She'll find some way to break you so far that you have no comeback. Like you have no comeback at all. And I feel like if in mentally as people, you must remember, Oguti, once someone has trusted you with their weaker parts or their pieces, right? How is it that you turn around and then turn into like a heartbreaker or a person who gives them pain? But then at the end of the day, the one thing that got you guys together was that you wanted to see this person grow. You wanted the best for them. Why is it that at the weakest point, you don't want to be the bigger person? Because now they're becoming little people, right? Be the bigger person in the scenario. try and leave the situation as best as you came into it. You get these failed relationships now that go on social media and bash their partners. Mama, it won't fix the relationship. Number two, it won't make you a better person by going and bashing your partner on social media. It just shows you when you're very public with your problems. You guys don't have any sense of privacy because you feel as if you're in the media and you're a part of like societal norm. You must now give it energy. You must give it if I can say, you must give it energy, njani, when you are not that person.
Do you know what's the problem with society, Nelejah? Is us listening to single narratives.
Yeah.
I don't know if you are familiar with that term. Single narratives, like Nelejah says that niggas with small private parts won't satisfy you. Then the whole world follows that narrative. You understand? Men are trash. Then the whole world follows that narrative. You understand? We don't listen to the other side of the story and the truth.
I don't want to say we don't listen to the other side of the story. Have you ever been in a group of people? I'll put you in a group of 50 people, right? You go in there and you blast your idea. 25 could be with you, 25 won't be with you, they'll oppose you. So you have to go into a society where I feel the societies run on more negatives than there are positives. And the moment we try and we deviate them from the negative part to the positive, just like this men are trash regime, I feel like women are as dumb as the regime itself for those who followed it. How do you call men trash if you haven't been in the entire dumpster?
Yeah,
how do you call it a dog when you haven't been through the entire pet store and been with every dog to see if every one of them bites? How is it that you sit there and you're so stance point about it? Yeah, men are trash. Why don't you tell us who the tap was trash? Tell us Tap, the one who broke your heart, goes on 4 is trash, instead of telling us the entire world is trash. But then this is what happens. Say you get that, men are trash. Now men are trash, right? She'll say that. Oh no, men are trash. What women did there was that they pinned their stories onto that men are trash regime instead of retracting and going, whoa, not all men are trash, because my father isn't, my brother isn't, umnalumame isn't, my best friend who's a guy isn't. So then women forgot that. They pasted the story with, men will do this to you, men will lie to you, men will cheat on you, as if she's dated every liar.
Do you know why?
Men will be people who don't consider you, as if she's dated every inconsiderate man.
Do you know why can't Nelejah come forward and say my dad is not trash? Because in this society and the world, the truth is a crime.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just speaking the truth nowadays. Speaking the truth in Jesus is a crime.
Here's the thing, because it's like one thing as what you said about the other Ish. I won't mention their name. She got dragged. You get me? You know most.
Yes,
I'm aware.
I don't want to get into it. But here's one thing, guys. Here's one thing. Yeah, when I'm clubbing, there's a God for this world. The God that rules this world. The God that rules the media and the entertainment. That's why we have this certain narratives and this thing of feminist women going after men. Like, you should respect men. You get me? A woman is not designed. You have to submit to a man. That's your default. When that man loves you, you get me? You have to submit. That's the norm of it. You get me? And then, in God's eye, if value you're following what God wants, God always said, do not entertain the things of the world. Because already the world has its own thing. And in things that it's wrong in the world, it's right. And then it's right, it's wrong. Right now, if you can speak about what God wants for the world, what God created, the normal of the issues.
You're wrong.
In a normal way. You get me? I just don't want to go there. You get me? That's God. But some other people, we get scientists who are against him. They're like, no, we can plant in. We're not saying we can't do that. If I know it's okay, it's something we good is what we can. Yeah, I can come and then they can figure it in that way. You get me? But I'm trying to say, Guti, in this world, that's why in the Bible mostly it does say, Guti, this thing is they can look, but don't get lost in it. Don't get lost in it.
I need to poke holes. I need to poke holes. I need to poke holes.
I want to go back to what he said at the beginning. Before we apparently there's a feminist and there's a womanist. There's a difference. Feminist focuses on equality, and womanism focuses on norms, like changing norms, basically, to say, doesn't mean if I'm a woman, I must stay in the kitchen. Doesn't mean if I'm a woman. Such things. So the lady that told me about this thing was like, the reason why she's telling me is that I must not get it twisted because I'll get in trouble. Because that's another thing. Here's another thing, Nelejah. One thing I realized about you, you are very opinionated and you allow people to opinion. But society at large doesn't allow you to like, stating your opinion is wrong. Like, dog,
Exactly.
I can say something you don't agree
for
with,
speaking the truth.
or I can say something that's just wrong, but it's my opinion.
Of course it is, and you're allowed to have it.
It's my opinion,
And I'm allowed
and
to have
your
it.
job only when I state my opinion to say, nah, this is what I think, or this is a fact. Unlike to say, I can't say how I feel about certain things because, hey, my opinion is wrong and all those things.
So my problem with a point you've made, right? The word submissive.
Hey, that one.
I literally need this to stick in people's heads because it literally makes me mad when people talk about it. My man, a dick is a dick. A vagina is a vagina. At the end of the day, most sluba is kumbasam. We've got sluba is kumbasam. We've got vessels, we've got muscles, we've got white blood cells, platelets, we've got an intestine, a stomach. I can name the entire body's anatomy for you. Nah? We are humans. We were literally, I wish God had just castrated all of us, taken away that. Because I feel like in this I've got boobs and you've got a, So why is it? Like, it's amazing for me. I come as a woman, I've got my things where I'm strong in it. Like you get people who are like, oh, behind every powerful man is a woman. No. You get people, it's two people that decided to come together and work on what I don't have versus what you don't have, right? It's not about getting to a house and there's a head, right? I love the word nuclear. Nuclear is an entire cell organism that works together to live. Do you understand what I mean? Works together to live. It has never been Uguti when you're at the front of the coach and I happen to be the seats in the train. No, it doesn't mean Uguti, you are the roof and I am the no. This house is what we are building together for our children. It must not come at a point where I must be now told things and I'm submissive to it because you are a man of the house. No. We come together. Na litafula, my guy. You have your things. I have my things. Let's talk about it in a way for these kids or for the growth of our relationship. So what reciprocates for me is what should be reciprocated from you. What it's like when people saying, oh no, but you can't enter a relationship broken. Yes, you can. Because you could have somebody who's there to heal you. So what you had broken is what this guy has to fix. You don't have the scissors and the needles and the stitches, but he's got that. You understand what I mean? You, like, women learn to love themselves sometimes being in a relationship with the man. Do you understand when gender roles can be changed? Because you have right now husbands who stay at home and women who are power hungry, running their society, bringing money home. And you'll never hear that woman say, because you get men going out, but then when you do that, you have women who bash you down. It's because you're with the wrong woman. And I hate to say it to you, you will never have somebody love you that will break you down. That is just impossible. So if you come into a relationship, need two people. Your dick versus my vagina. We come together. Either we're going to make kids out of this or we're not going to make kids. But the one thing that is bringing us together is because we are healthy for one another. What you have maybe is to grow me. What I have is to grow you. It has nothing to do with gender. If we can just separate that, it'll be great. Even with breakups, it might even happen better. Because when you explain it to people now, you're not going to go, women don't listen. You're going to say, no, my girlfriend didn't. We didn't work out. It's because she's got things she needs to deal with. She, not women. She's got things she needs to deal with. You have some women who are still broken here, expecting a man maybe to fix her. And that's because she maybe needs to fix herself. She needs to sit through a period of introspection as lungise. That's why I'm like, people can, if they can just stop this whole gender thing, as a woman you must be, because it's no.
Gender roles.
It is never going to, listen, like, for that fact, it didn't work in the past. It's not going to work now. They asked women to be submissive in the past. It didn't work. It created broken women who created now broken girls. Girls who are running to find connections and completion through men. That's what we have now.
And those, they created broken girls.
Thank you.
Now they are projecting towards good men, and then those men, they're like,
it's a whole cycle.
It's a whole cycle.
That's why I'm like, find somebody that, if you make a decision, when you make a decision to be with that person, whatever repercussions that are going to come has nothing to do with their coochie. Whatever repercussions are going to come has nothing to do with his You know what I'm saying? So you must remember that. So it's the person, that one you were with who decided to do that to you. There are some men out there that will be far different from that. The commitment will be far different. So let's just stop this whole generalizing thing. Nobody needs to be submissive. Everybody just needs to be themselves. Are we compatible? If we are not compatible, can we be separate? Then you can go find your own simpatico.
That's why married people say enjoy the freedom while it lasts. What they mean also is
see what you like, see what you're willing
explore,
to stick.
Basically,
to.
Understand.
And while you do that, don't hurt people.
Yeah, that's another thing. Don't hurt people. Because I'm not judging him. There's a friend of mine that I grew up with, same age, by the way, we are the same age. He got engaged. I'm like, dog, are you sure?
Okay. So what is it about? Now I need to ask you a question.
Wait, can I also like
sorry.
Like mostly when I say mostly
I have a question
submissive
for you.
and thing is, I'm saying cause like I'm also like referring to also the Bible and I'm not generalizing. You know, so like mostly already like how I want to be a husband to my wife. I don't mind cooking for her. I don't mind, and thing is, so mostly when I say submissive,
Yes, sir.
I don't mean go to like yonki to yebu baba. You get me? I'm just saying like hence, for example, if I date you older than me and I date you, already there's this thing already as the man of the house, mangiza and thing is cause I'm gonna see like a man go back go umuntu or provider for his family. You get me? Go umuntu provider. Now we're in this world where everyone can get yonki into. For an example, I'm gonna make an example again. And thing is, for an example, I'm working. I have everything. You get me? Can provide for my wife yonki into. And it's not like I would say, Guti, you like this because of me. You get me? It's what I'm working for. I'm working for my family. I'm working for my future. I'm working for my legacy.
Pray you find a
You
wife
get
like
me?
that.
So already, I got one by the way.
Sir.
You get me? So you get me like already. You know already what's okay. Because for example, I know what's okay. Like I'm not saying don't go and work. Go and work. Get your like me. I even empower you. Have your own company. Because now maybe you share one of your favorite kids, or maybe some of your families. You get me? And even if you don't give me anything, it's your ish. Because even when I die, you share because you're my wife, you're my spouse at the end of the day.
Okay.
You get me? And the reason is because like I know I won't divorce you. You get me? That's why also when you choose someone, you must make sure to choose even nama subconscious work the between the lines and issues. You must know what you are getting yourself into. For example, you get this lady you get me? And then once you'll be in love, you see her now respecting you. You get me? Yo, phela ngimncane man kule relationship malo muntu ungaye that respect. You get me? I think that's the submissive point that I'm talking about. Young toiler. Not good thing I'm controller, but her giving herself to me and respecting my vision and willing to grow with that vision of mine, not objecting. And magane goal yakhe futhi. She can do what not, because as couples, I believe we're a team. We need to grow an empire together. You get me? You get me? So that's what I meant. I'm not like generalizing.
Oh, okay, can I correct you?
Because also I'm saying this according to the context of the Bible.
Yeah, so the word is not submissive.
Yeah.
The word.
I think
that's why I'm trying to.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, Guti, let me correct him in a way where maybe we misunderstood one another.
Yeah.
Why when you say submissive, it's the norm. Yo, Bantu says Amazulu. Zulus are more into submissive women. So what I wanted to emphasize with you, because you made a great point, Tuguti, you're a provider, right? So he needs to find a wife who's willing not to fight him to provide. You understand? So he doesn't want that. He doesn't want a fighter to provide. He's willing to even have a housewife at some point, because he's like, you can go after your dreams. You know what I'm saying?
When you be a slave queen,
you see,
enjoy life.
So he
Domestic
wants that
work.
type of wife. And can I tell you, get me, Nane, as much as I am one hardworking woman, if I could have a husband like you, CrossFit, bro, copy-paste version, ngabengi, oh my God, thank you for God. Hence why, hello, Farachis.
Everyone is getting
So,
what
you
they
know,
want.
so at least, so now my problem is, when not the problem, but what I love about your point, you were literally saying what I was saying. You want her to be giving, right? And she'd probably want the same from you. So it's a sense of reciprocation. She'd understand, Uguti, my man is a protector. He's a provider. I can't fight him for that one. So what must I do? I must just slot myself in.
And I'm
How
not
do I
saying
slot myself into-
wrong. Like,
of course. I feel like respect comes
get
with
me?
that. I feel like respect comes with that. Uguti, she's respectful enough to tell you not to go the wrong way. But she's willing to be disrespectful enough to let you know in case you're not listening to her respectfully. See, she's disrespectful in a way where...
So what name did I have to use?
Yeah, no, there's a preference. I feel like preference, I can't... You can say preference or your love language.
Because your love language, you
Yeah.
want to be respected. That's a love language. That's
Because
what
I'm
you
gonna
would.
love you and
Yes,
then-
that's
Yes,
what
it's
you
a
want from your
reciprocation,
woman.
my
It's a love language.
It's a-
You feel loved when you are respected.
Yes, my laugh.
So that is
Love.
it's because the word submissive is huge.
Yeah,
It's very broad.
I imagine submissive as
It's-
handcuffed.
Yes, it's
I
being
literally imagine
handcuffed.
submissive
You're
as
polarizing.
handcuffs.
Yes. So
There's a
it's-
question I wanted
so
to
it's,
ask
it's,
you.
it's either preference or love language. I think that's the perfect way
Way
to
to say
explain
it.
what you were explaining.
Saying. Because the way you're saying it was amazing. You want to
Now, I feel like submission is, I think it's based on feelings only. That's what I feel. It's not, don't
Submissive is a
submit,
doing word, like-
don't submit. It's more of a doing word. Don't submit and let that submission influence your decision making as a woman. Because you love that guy and you are submitting to that guy, I can't follow my dreams because I'm submitting to
you understand what I mean?
You understand?
It
That's what
goes
I'm
back to the
against.
acting. But I won't it.
That's what.
I don't
Can
So
have
when
that
for a
question.
marriage, oh my God. You were speaking about marriage. Could you just like jog my memory a bit? Because I had a question for you. You speak about marriage. And what were you saying? About marriage. When people come together, you were talking about, I'm not sure what you were saying, but I had a question for you.
Ask the question, maybe I'll remember my point.
No, I
Sure,
thank
touch
you
on
so
the
that I
question.
can jog my memory because you were speaking about marriage. I'm not sure we were coming together in a way. Are we gonna skip it one time because you
Nah.
don't remember now? Eh?
Yeah, I don't remember, but all I know, what I believe in marriage is we come together, we make it work, no gender roles.
can
Like
just have people-
let's help one another. You understand?
And on top of that, can people also take that out of the relationship of out of the context of marriage and put it in relationships?
Okay, let's say relationships.
Yeah, if you can open a book, Maungena, in a relationship, act like you're going to school. You're learning about what the teacher is giving you.
And
At the
learn
same time,
every day.
the teacher's learning about you as the learner, right? So you give your partner back and forth. And once you learn, there's certain traits you don't like. Be civil. Like, people are civil. Manshalana, ni civil guy. Last and no. Aniko civil. Send is under the bridge. That's the problem that we have today. It's people trying to be right. So it's gender saying, Guti, we're the better lovers than men are, or men are the better lovers than women. Now they forget Guti Kona, Senele, Mabunda, Nyiko. Wow, Mabunda. Yeah.
People come at Len wami. Shota keep Mabunda musa katali muntu pego mkalayo.
Yeah, God, you're annoying. So, I just want people to remember you're going there to learn. Take what the partner is doing. It must be as civil as it started. We're not having a war now. Well, the problem we're having now is we're taking generalistic ideas from women who are scorned and men who are scorned. Saying Yaguma social media and this one's not paying for your baby. Saying I won't quote a certain celebrity a couple of months ago that was filmed by his own wife. That's why I'm trying to understand. Guys,
What did you
guys.
achieve more problem?
There's nothing she achieved that was out of spite because of the person she is. That's why I'm like to people. Thank you, guys. That's why I'm telling you, Guti, if we get into relationships, can we remember Guti singenele ogu healthy? That's why we entered the relationship. The moment you enter it, you exit it and you're spiteful. Why did you enter the relationship in the first place? Did you really care about the person you started that? Because I will come after you as a woman who posts about her ex-boyfriend or her ex-husband on social media. So it should have ended off of social media and for many people, don't come at it as a men are. Awutholanga nabo bonke. Women now the same thing. Awutholanga guys, you can't say oh women love money. Awutholanga nathi sonke. Some of us will help you build that empire that's making you money, my man.
Here's one thing. I feel like our signature of the podcast. That's why I don't want to stop it. We have only relationships that dominate. I feel like we are the father. Okay, no, but you know, I feel like
I get it.
like G, you get me? Because every time I would like, but I feel like once in a while
We can.
I feel like young and sometimes as is Yenzi, bro.
To
We
be
just love
honest,
us.
Yeah,
We are the love gods.
we are like to promote positive
That's it,
things.
it is, Mabunda.
You know, and another thing that he was talking about earlier, judgment. See that's the one thing that's driving our generalistic train right now.
Also coming to,
Judgment.
like, the issue.
It's because have you ever felt a judgment where everybody says it, ne? And it's like how Jesus was crucified. If one man had said crucified Jesus, do you think he would have been crucified? Do you understand what I mean? It was like pigs, it's sheep mentality. I'll call it sheep. If you're a part of the generalistic ideas that believe Gucci, men are a certain way or women are a certain way, you're a sheep. You're easily shepherded into a certain direction. So you're easily shepherded into that direction. So we must drop generalistic ideas and I'll call you a bear. I'll call you a sheep. Yes, you wanted to
A question to both of you and
the side pants.
extended family.
Extended. Yeah.
Is there a difference between judgment and the truth?
Aye. So the truth. Thank you, Mama.
So when I judge you, am I not telling you the truth?
No, sir. No.
But I am saying the truth.
No. See,
You think judgment is
Mike.
Judgment is when you think what is right, and when you're saying the truth, it's like
What is there?
what is there?
What is just?
What is the fact? But when you're judging me, you are judging me
So
according to what you.
let me give you an example.
Put into your preference.
Let me give you an example. Following. So, example, a light bulb. A long, tall light bulb. First thing a judgmental person would say is, hi, why is it so tall? If it were to be a little bit more into the corner, as if it were just to be portable, it would be great. The truth about that, since you're asking what's the truth and judgment, a truth teller would look at it and go, as long as it's illuminating light, because that's what a bulb does.
That's
It's got light in
Can I
it.
add also
that's
judgment?
wishful
got,
thinking
you know,
for me.
Can
You can say
It's
things
not
so
a-
that I
Also,
can
like,
ask you all the
judging
questions.
also, ne? It also comes, like, for example, you're pretty. That's judgment.
But-
That's good judgment. Movie. That's bad judgment. You get me? So mostly, it's like, for example, idols. I'm not judges. Mostly, you can sing. You can't sing. You get me? It goes. So mostly, ne, in what? Cause, you are beautiful, and I'm not saying good this Mabunda or you ugly. You get me? So mostly, like, cause the reason England, like, you know, as human beings, like I've seen people judge abantu, you get me? And then baba judge. Like I wanna go to especially Christian people. You get me? Umjudge. And then mina cause you know when you're busy telling me, look at you. I'm like, uyamjudge lo muntu lo. Wena uzibonile na? Like, did you take a look at yourself first? You get me? Cause also with me, ne, like I would see umuntu, cause with me most umuntu alona game, it's like I wanna go to forgiveness. You get me? It's like umuntu agenzile something. For example, ungithuke ungibheshe man. Uyazi ungithukele ukuthi ngibe nqunu so ungiqede. You get me? Izongilimaza, it's gonna hurt me big time. It's gonna hurt me. But I sit down. I'm like, okay. Ngimzwile uyishilo, but isukaphi la iding?
Thank you.
Before I attack or ini, isukaphi la iding? Like I even like start looking at myself. Like ngiyenzeni? And then I start like yang kuhlala video, okay, what did I do? Okay, or maybe ngisho lento leya umuntu ayi, and then maybe she didn't get it. You get me? And then I end up apologizing for whatever I did. You get me? Like saying, no, I'm sorry, bro. Angazi, but can you just tell me, Uguti? You get me? Cause I don't wanna be like, why lo nangipesha? Or maybe nami ngisho something engakuphathanga grand. When I'm away ekhaya, yadlala. And then maybe when that's how you took it up, maybe you thought. Because people, they might say things. You get me? For an example, manje, you say something, bro. You say something so good, angilone and then angukutshela. And then yagomunye aliya yazi isangathi yona nan. You get me? That's bad judgment because you don't know ukuthi lento la uyisho iphuma phi. You didn't read between
projection.
the lines. You just judged to judge before getting into the issues. So now I want to ask you a question. Like, let's say it could be a friend.
Are we going to forgiveness?
Yeah.
No, I want to.
Okay.
Judgment, right? When I say
Please,
truth and judgment, truth and judgment. This is what I mean. Listen,
you didn't hear me, but
the truth is. Like are we turning the truth and saying you are judging me?
no.
When I say something about you, right, and you feel good about it, and it's not the one. You understand? Do you not look at what I said and said, no, actually, maybe ukhuluma iqiniso, but I'm happy with what I just want. I want to get an analogy or an example or scenario to make this vision clearer, so that you understand what I'm saying.
So execution. Do you know what execution is? It's the way something comes out, right? So your truth can be the truth, but your execution could make me feel that it's judgment.
It's judgment.
So if uzokhuluma iqiniso, fanele ngitshela uBunda ngithi say for example, I don't like your pants, bruh. See my execution, I don't like your pants.
Yeah,
but if I were to be like, hey Bunda Mntwana, I've seen you in a jean, bro. You try, like, for me, you can even say it like that. For me, you absolutely look better in jeans.
Or it's like say something pants. Without saying.
With leather pants. Yeah. So with the truth and judgment, the thing that splits both of them, judgment comes from a sense of insecurity. Like he said, you project it from insecurity in you. With truth, you cannot stem it from judgment or from you inside because you're looking at facts, my guy. It's like an orange mic. It's a red to an orange mic. We all fight. I orange le mic, I red le mic. In fact, it's orange mic. Like it's just an orange mic, my guy. So I can't. Dog, I don't know against my orange hair.
I'm blind, really.
Okay, sorry, gay. It's an orange mic, right? Orange.
It's orange.
So an orange mic. That's what I see. A judgmental person would go, but it's lighter shade of orange. Kinda makes it look red. Or it's darker shade of orange. Kinda makes it look red. And that doesn't really work for me.
Isn't that progressive criticism?
No. You see now you're going with criticism. Criticism is looking at something negatively. That's literally it.
But
that's negative.
We can go to the forgiveness.
That's why I'm like, when I don't know what you learned, thank you. Sugarcoating negativity.
Can I advise this one? Because
yes.
Like for example, let's say manje, ngiyakhulo manje. Ngiyakhonga yo yazi ifashion so it's dope. Uneleje they ngama S.
Do you understand?
You get me?
Good
and then
judgment.
with me, I'll be like, okay, I get you, because that's why I always tell people, I'm like, you are right. Yeah, it's what you think and it's what you believe in. Maramina, I believe that. And then now the problem is, well, now you are forcing me to believe what you believe. I'm like, no, bro, you are you. I'm not you.
So your problem is that you are feeling as if truth is okay. If you say it and it doesn't matter how you say it in its execution. And then what's worse is you're saying that judgment and truth are two of the same things. Now, if you walk in a court right now, you'd be thrown out for that little idea of yours, okay? Because we have systems that kind of, you know how the system is. I'm not to explain that to you now. So with truth, the one thing I just want you to remember with truth, the one thing I want you to remember with truth is that this mic is black. With judgment, I want it darker. It would look better if it was darker.
But that's my opinion, right?
Yeah.
It is
that's your opinion, but it's not true.
It's my opinion, but
it's not true.
You don't have to believe it.
Yes, of course, but it's not. It's like me, no. It's like me.
You guys are proving my point to say, I want the world to be a place where I can just say my opinion without you saying, nah, you're wrong. You can say, nah, dog, this is what I feel. I hear your opinion and it's your opinion. All I'm saying is, let's own our opinions.
I understand.
Let people own
but then
their
don't bring
opinions.
truth into it, bro. Then you can't own your opinion with truth.
No.
It's like a truth that...
I get what he's trying to say, nah?
Yes, but then don't say truth, bro.
What we're trying to say is how you execute it.
Yes.
How you execute it.
No.
Let it not be criticism.
Yes.
Because when you're not bringing the criticism part, it's negative.
Thank you.
We can't.
On top of that, Mr. Controversial.
If I'm being criticized, if I'm criticizing, it's my opinion.
Okay, understand. Wait.
But
Now I need to ask about you. Now I need to ask about you. First of all, you being human, my man, you are allowed to have anything that you please to do. You can have your opinion, but to share, thank you, but to share it with me, especially in a mean manner, and you're executing it meanly. I don't care what opinion it is. My man.
Dog,
can you
don't
please?
paint it on me.
Thank you.
What you believe,
Let me
we are not you.
Let me finish my point so you understand why it's called criticism and why you're actually, to be honest, and why you're actually a shitty person for stating that. Number one, you're allowed to have your opinion. Let's be honest, bro. That was a shitty excuse. So you're literally condoning, and why it's making me so mad, why it's making me so pissed off is that you're condoning bullying. Nah? Why? Thank you. It's not. You're condoning bullying. You're telling people that they're allowed to tell people Guti Babi, and it's okay because you feels. Do you understand?
Bringing people down. It's your opinion. Bringing people down.
Thank you. Bringing people down. It's your opinion.
It's your opinion. You're dressed like this.
Number one, guys, you're allowed to share. You are allowed to share your opinion. We're giving that to the world. But to break someone else down, I gotta ask about your character. People that are opinionated and know that they can carry their opinion know when to share. And know, wait a minute. Those people that know, for people that are opinionated, they know when to share their opinion. Number one. They know how to share their opinion. That's execution, something you learned today. Number two, if you're going to come for somebody, the way they dress, for the way they think, for the way they talk, that's your opinion. You're allowed to keep it. But for you to share it now in order to break them down is ridiculous and redundant.
No, it's not.
It's
Okay,
like those
cool.
people, but like, for example, I used to hate these guys. Like, umuntu mamele hip hop. I'm like, just because it's cool on you, it's ish.
Oh, it's his opinion. I need to.
We love
his
like,
opinion.
I'm like, no, I'm like, okay, yeah, but me, I love every. When you work. You calling me work because I love everything?
Like,
aren't you the workers ish?
Thank you.
You one-minded. You narrow-minded.
Wow.
Me,
so
I'm universal.
Opinionated people are allowed to have their opinion, but
So
to execute it,
here's my point, and you guys just proved it, right?
Yes, sir.
It's saying, you saying your opinion, right?
Okay.
At the first time I said it, sometimes my intention is not to break you down. Is when we think about it deeper and you say, bro, F you trying to bully me, I'm not saying
I'm sorry, but
Wait.
I'm not saying everyone or people when they state their opinions or when I say let's promote us saying our opinions, our first intention. Sometimes it can be I want to break you down, but it's the intention. It's the intention. As you said, I've learned a new word, execution, how you say your opinion. That's why I say if you think about it deeper is when you analyze and evaluate was this person being shitty or na one need the straight just fella high bua sharp.
My problem
point.
with that, you have a lot of children hanging themselves because of that opinion right there. You understand what I'm saying? Your opinion you're allowed to have. You are human, my man. But the moment your opinion is used as a knife, as ammo, as to kill somebody, no. That's when it doesn't become an opinion. It becomes murder. That's what you're doing. You've just murdered somebody who was going to potentially become a greater person. A mental murder, bro. If you have an opinion, by all means, you're allowed to share it. But here's the difference between an
like you
here's an example.
Share your opinion, guys.
Thank you. Here's an example between an opinion and an insult. Because you have two things that you're going there, right? An opinion, right, is something where, how can I say it? It's not to do with someone else. You cannot have an opinion about someone else and how they dress. That is literally an opinion. No. It's not even a view. It is a view, a perspective you're allowed to have. It's not a perspective you're allowed to project on me. What an opinion is, it's an opinion that becomes, it's a view that became an opinion that can now be projected on me because now it's yours, right? That's your problem now. My thing is, if you're going to have an opinion, my guy, it is not even how you execute it. Keep it to yourself. Especially if it's to destroy or not to destroy, but if you know to keep it to yourself. You can have an opinion on someone else's life, but in the like you can have an opinion, but turn that opinion into advice. Go to that person and be like, the same way I did with Mabunda. I've seen you better in jeans, but if you feel good in leather pants, then by all means live it. Meaning that even if it means you live with an opposing opinion forever. It means on your opinion. Ngoba yo, what pissed me off is when you were like, but it's my opinion. Okokuqala, you
Because
cannot.
why did you say it?
Thank you. You're
If
allowed
it's
to
yours,
keep
why
it.
did you say it?
Damn self. Khona abanye la ngaphandle my guy that wear a weave engamhlali ugele. Angazi lace front yenzani. Mara nigga simtshele. It's my opinion ukuthi akayifakanga kahle lace front. Mara it's also advice ukuthi ngiye kuye ngithi antana mina what I learned ngokuplace ikwenza izinto kanje. Yenza kanje mngani wami yenza 1 2 3 4 5 6. You cannot sit on an opinion and let it destroy somebody, my guy, and you call it right. You can't. Your opinion is yours. Keep it to you. But turn that opinion into advice for someone. Don't go and bash somebody because you feel as if we're on a stance point. No. Show them ukuthi babas.
I'll make a
this
practical example. It's like, for example, I've been watching our comments from the people who are starting to like love us. They were like, oh guys, your things are great. Like, yo, it's a vibe. But also try to give each other a chance. And we have almost
Did you see it?
young son. Like, yeah, imagine if
That's progressive.
like zaman ukubala angasitshelanga next. We wouldn't like wena go
Referencing.
Thank
you get me.
But my thing is with that too, ne? You can advise and everything,
Yes.
but also tonism is important. But
Execution, my
the
guy.
way you say
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
That's
also-
the execution. My man,
Listen,
execution is the way
listen,
you say it.
listen.
You're literally explaining the word execution.
No, listen. The way you say it, you can say
Execution?
it the right way, right? Let's say you say it the right way, but umuntu angai receive right, but you said it the right way.
It's like how
Morally.
Yes.
Yeah.
But speaking about forgiveness, are you going to forgive those people who say, "Oh, sorry, I was wrong,"
That one is lighter.
and then I come and then I say, "I'm sorry for 1 2 3." But obviously now we are more woke now. Now we are woke, which is another topic for a next episode.
Yeah.
Is being woke a problem? But anyways, it's fine.
So my
So
question.
yeah, no. You can.
Okay. So like G, I mean, I have abantu abangilimazile like big time, and when I think about it, I'm like, yo, like if bekungasi the kingdom that I'm working for namanje, you get me, because of how umuntu ozobona umuntu against the into like, yo, G, like how could you do such to you get me? So like, who has hurt you like to the core? It can be like anyone, because with me, like I'm just talking about it's a guy here. So it's a guy nje. Like go abona ube hurt ne. Like oh, I remember I cried for months alone. Didn't even show it nani. But at the end of the day, you see yourself have to forgive, because at the end of the day, umbona it brings that thing. And say this step, but now it's like F up your life, because it's like you get me. So like I wanna know like who has hurting you to that. Yo, I'm a fool.
My father.
And you've always said it.
My father.
And you've always said it.
Understand that man has taught me forgiveness without hearing it from someone.
Yes.
Without them telling me what I'm so
Yes, I wanted to get
you
it.
know, the reason why I had to learn it from him, and it's because I adore my mom. Throughout the years, my man, she never bashed my father down. She never told us he doesn't wear the cape he says he does. She never told us that. She always told us, oh no, she always gave excuses. We had an excuse, dad.
Yeah.
So my dad showed me, someone can bring responsibility into the world and leave it because of his own feelings. He can walk out on his own family home because he feels that he's not welcome there. Like you said, you are a man who brought responsibility into this world. You cannot die without that responsibility, knowing you have its back.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So my dad taught me he can rip me apart and come back whenever he feels like it. So he was an on and off father. Went in for 7 years, came out for 7 years, went in for 7 years. And I'm not saying this man was in jail, guys. He'd probably still be in the same country as us and just living his best life with another woman. We found out we had siblings that way. You know what I'm saying? Them reaching out to us would say, yo, we exist. You know what I'm saying? We know that your dad is out there. Because you know what I'm saying? So it came to that thing you would see. How do you forgive somebody and still talk to them, still be able to see them, still be okay with that? For me, my God made it. My dad disappeared and just disappeared. But he also gave me that thing you would see. It's okay, guys, if you forgive somebody and actually never talk to them again. You know, people always want that thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants. It's the same with relationships. It's ridiculous. You hurt me, my guy, for a couple of months, and then you leave and then come back and still expect some form of asikhulumisane. No, let us not talk. Let us just forgive each other. I wish you the best, because that's what we came to do, Masangena, in this relationship. We came to do each other for best. So if we break up, my guy, that's all I'm gonna wish for you, no matter how you decided to leave. For my peace.
So my other question, like for example, so like it taught you to forgive and because like, I've been I'm like, oh, Father Christmas. You get me? But yeah.
No,
So
man.
look now, like, cause you know life happens, bro. Cause here's the thing, as much as even like I'm like now seeing like even if like with like some men, it have also good. For example, even McG's father, you get me? Like I was not there, good life I can thing is, but it's so good because at the end of the day, umhlaba uzokhomba. You get me? Umhlaba always has a way. You angeke uphase kulo mhlaba lo ingakakhomba ukuthi hey baba uyangithola. And maybe it comes to a point ukuthi like maybe because people like bayabuya kuma senses wabo ukuthi after a lot of damage
exactly what
after
it does.
those things none. So like let's say for example it happens with like very coward like okay ngiqoleleni and I'm willing. I'm not saying ukuthi ngizobalana but I'm just trying to like just to create those small things and things which are like
Yeah.
you're, like,
so
open.
my father's not like how you describe because he did come back when his life hit rock bottom, guys. And how I saw, yes, sir, he came back when his entire life hit rock bottom. And my mom was still graceful enough, a Christian enough, godly enough to let him into our home. We watched this man eat my mother for a couple of months. We watched him go through our groceries like nobody's business and pitch no cent. And then the day we decided to actually sit him down and deal with the problems he caused with his children. We sat my brother down, we sat him down, myself down, my mother was in the other room. And we're like, look, your children, your sons, they're broken, bro. Some of them don't even know how to hit on women. The others don't even know how to treat women. You understand? Anybody that's been under your hands and has become a broken and a barren child. So explain to us as your children, how do you do that? How do you walk out on us and then come back when you have nothing? How do you expect us to feel? We're not even allowed to be there in your life when you are high.
Like
We have to be there, maso pugile. So he had no answers for us to show you how come what a master manipulator he is. And to show you he walked out. He left us without any answers, the same way he left my mother. When my mother spoke for the first time, she said, your father left me with no answers to the questions I had. So please don't expect yourselves in your waking adulthood for him to answer you, because he will not.
She prepared
so for that, she prepared us. And I love my mother for that. She prepared us for the
futhi
flow.
at least she didn't like akangenza ukuthi nimzonde.
No.
Yeah, he's
My
like,
mother would
yo,
dress
yeah,
my
man.
father in excuses. That
Yeah,
man
your
was
mom is
always
a
dressed
queen,
in
man.
excuses when he wasn't there.
Your mom is a
My
queen.
father was a body of excuses. It's either it's his job, it's either as in this month was a bit hard for him and he couldn't come see us. Do you understand that we had our dad talk to us for 7 years? Efonini. Just calling us. That's what he lives not so far. 4 hours away, like Azin.
My last question for the show from my
in
side
closing.
is
Oh, can I just answer his question quickly because he asked me a question? So, my man, it was him having given us a chance, and he still showed us he was the man that he was before. Yeah. So, like you said, Uguti, he promised Uguti uzobe shinja, but he never did. So yes, we would forgive. That's why I urge people. You can forgive people because sometimes people use that as a doormat, my guy.
Exactly.
You will become a welcome mat. Lona can forgive me. One time. So just learn Nuguti wena uhlalapi and your respect and how you value yourself, and you can tear yourself away from that situation.
do you think men who are like that,
Yeah.
right, or fathers who are like that, like, does it have to do with anything about growing up? At that point, is it about even growth? Is it just about ignorance nje, or it's just not caring?
So for many, because I have to talk for two sides. There are those who grew up in a broken home and created a broken home. There are those that didn't grow up in a broken home but then created a broken home when they grew up. So with my father, he did not have a broken home. His mother was there. His father even died with the mother still being there. So thank you. So my father grew up a philanderous man, a man who loved women. Like another word, sorry to swear, but it's fair.
Yeah,
So he was constantly busy with women. So what he decided to do was that he didn't take the example that he had from his father and his mother's marriage. He took whatever his temptations decided to do. So when he was in the marriage with my mother, he should have, like his father, respected the woman and given her home and made sure she was fine. But he didn't do that. He decided to cheat on my mother, decided to step out of the house, decided to break his children instead of that. So for those who grew up in a broken home, some of us have realized that brokenness within us and said, you know what, I'm not going to live through my wounds. I'm going to be somebody who's different. I'm going to give my child more time than my father did. I'm going to give, I'm going to be a better person than my father. Then there's some who are like, nah, I'm just like my father. I might as well treat my kids like this. But you have the decision to change that little perception. You know what I'm saying? So it's choice, my guy.
Not the trust.
In 30 seconds,
Yes.
what do you think education department or our government must do to
it never
our
fixed
education system for us to have better men, besides morals or anything? In 30 seconds, tell me.
My goodness, as an example, I hate
know about
exampling, and I hate example, and you know me. I hate exampling America for this, but they always have a day where it's a step in. They don't call it they call it, I think it's Brotherhood Day or something like that, but they don't call it a Father's Day thing, where men, volunteers, they put it out there. Guti, some children in the school do not have fathers. These men volunteer their time to come through to the school, teach these men how to make ties, how to take women out on dates, something that they learn from their father. They literally have sessions for that. If we can start it small in schools like that, because now in our schools we at least don't have something called career days, where our fathers and our mothers must come in and tell us what they do for a living, because we realize in South Africa some of our mothers work as street vendors, so some of us don't feel very comfortable and are very much. Some of them feel ashamed. It's ridiculous. I don't know how she's still bringing money, but okay.
My mom spells Archer.
Thank you. My mother used to sell scones. My mother used to sell newspapers. My man, please. So what I can tell the South African system, all we have to do is literally build systems within our school that cater for our well-being mentally. Stop thinking about our academics, because that's not getting us anywhere. You can see our kids are still much in suicide. So we must start implementing social, specific mental sessions. And it can't be just having a therapist on the school grounds. Therapists on school grounds are no longer helping, because it's one person. She's not going to cater to thousands of personalities. This is why it must just be like something where people can just call on Kego. Kego can be a father to a child, even though he's a brother at home. He still has the mind of a father, because he learns from his father. He knows how to do it. It doesn't mean because
like the beauty
parent.
No,
thank you, man.
There's a Facebook post that I saw from a mother saying,
Yes.
guys, if me and Nelejah have kids, right? Nelejah has kids with you too. Nelejah has kids with someone else. I'm the supporting one. Out of all the fathers, I'm the one that supports my kids. You guys don't support your kids. This lady was saying, if you are a guy like that, if you're gonna buy your kids with that woman 6 packs of yogurt, at least please buy 2 for that other one.
You know,
buy 2 for the other kids.
Because even though someone is not here for you, I'm teaching you to be there for someone who has no one.
This guy who posted on, I wish I could find that Twitter page. This man said his friends don't understand why he still takes his ex-wife out on her birthday. Why do you do that? And he's like, I'm going to show my kids. Even if it ended sour, we started together for our children. So I'm going to treat you well. The same things he used to do when they were married. Come and make a breakfast in bed. Come and do iwashing. Even though he does have a girlfriend and everything, he still tells his girlfriend, look, this is just my ex-wife, bruh. We have children. I cannot for the life of me. This is why she's like, if you get an understanding partner, a partner who goes, you see people that are like, oh, I would never trust my man in a room full of women. I wouldn't trust my man in a room full of women. Why wouldn't you trust your man? I don't trust the other women because they're going to get to him. It's your man that would open the window of disrespect, man. So that's why it's like, can we look at it like that? It would be the greatest thing on earth, because then it becomes about the children. That's why I'm like, you must start it in school. Some children don't even have brothers at home to look at.
See, like, I wanted to say, I want to school. In Valing, yeah. You see, here's the thing, né? In school, they are teaching you to be the society, to be the norm.
The norm.
That's what they are teaching you in school. I'm sorry, yeah, even if you're a CEO, you're a slave of a peanut of 500K, but you're making them 50 million a day, you're still a privileged slave. I'm sorry, it's the truth. Mara. Here's another thing coming to the loved one. You see that one with Americans. Also, us as guys, I feel like guys, we should tell one another, bro, I love you.
Yo, it would be so
bromance
beautiful.
is the best thing, guys.
And I find it so cute.
Like hug each other. But
that's another topic.
It's on the third. That's what I'm like. Because I feel like men, we don't show much. It's like,
bro, I have friends. I tell him, I miss you, bro.
You get me? It's like how I told you I miss you, Mangiza. Because like sometimes like when I'm away, I'm like, cause it's like there's a side of mine that comes out, Maslangani, they get me. And when I'm like, you get me? And like that's how you start missing this. So I feel like we should take, cause here's the God is love, and God always said, love one another. Let's not say I love you to, yeah, you can say I love you to women, but also spread that love. Because kunabanye abantu yazi ukuthi mamuntu umtshela ukuthi ngiyakuthanda or umkhomba uthando. It's like, yo, thank you so much because abayitholi the idea.
Exactly.
So if we spread love, and thing is, I feel like the world will be a better place.
And in closing, always remember that a man and his daughter were walking in a forest.